Good day to you friends and followers. My name is Ardrick and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. In the last video, we picked up Cornix, we got Yoel, we killed ourselves a bunch, we got our hollowing, we leveled up our 5 free times, we got Greirat's little quest he wanted us to do complete, and we would have gotten a gesture from him if we hadn't already, and then we sent him out to do some thievery. Now in this episode we're going to pick up a few more people. To do that, we're going to need to speak here.
Well, how
Give her Umbral Ash, the Mortician's Ashes we picked up.
gracious. Let this. I only hope these new wares content thee. Ashen one.
I don't know why I left. Sorry.
How
We're going to grab this key.
Ashen one. Be sure.
Yeah. Alright, now we have everything we need. All the bonfires required in the first episode, so we don't need to worry about traveling. We also unlocked the 2 shortcut doors, which would be the one next to the Cursed Rod of Greatwood, as to making this a little bit easier to handle overall. So first things first, we'll just turn to the right here. Head down into our sewer area here. Big rat guy. Wow, the attack never kicked in. Nice. So good at video games, I don't need to use my attack. I'll just fall on you. Alright, let's open this here gate. I don't use ladders. Ha! I should point out too that Velka is here, but of course it's not Velka. It is the statue of Velka, which if you accidentally hit somebody, let's say Hawkwood sitting in the shrine, you go poke, and Hawkwood gets very angry with you. You can come here, and you can take care of. I think it's absolution. So something to take note of. And now we're just going to go ahead and make our way through this area. A few skeletons that will pop up. Oh, couldn't roll out of that one in time. Also, for anyone wondering, you can always tell whether or not a skeleton's going to get back up by whether or not that skeleton gave you souls. If they gave you souls, they're dead. If they did not give you souls, then they're going to pop back up. Ooh. Okay, I can't roll because your hitbox there's not going to allow me to do so. Excellent. There is a lizard here. Gonna try to get this little bugger. And fail. There we are. Now if you go after that stuff, that guy's gonna drop down on you. I don't want that bad enough to get dropped on right now. And we'll go this way. Red and white plus shield. Nothing else over there. You can also see Eygon sitting up there. Now, what I thought would have been really cool is if this had been a sewer with a big rat in this area, and then found over maybe in the corners or just barely wandering around are little turtles. 4 little turtles. I just think that would have been a neat little Easter egg. But no. Of course not. No wee turtles. Okay, now that you come up here, don't talk to her yet. open this.
Another one of those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect. Now you're poking around in people's cells. How very noble. Ah. Taken an interest in her, have you? Well, she's a lost cause. Couldn't even become a firekeeper. After I brought her all this way and got her all ready. She's beyond repair, I tell you. The woman's a lost cause. Couldn't even become a firekeeper. She's beyond repair, I tell you.
So now that you've exhausted that dialogue, go back. Touch all over her, because that's what you're going to want to do.
Who is there? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please. Whoever you are, touch me.
I'm
The
still there.
dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures. They never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me.
It's okay.
Ah,
It's okay.
yes, there
I'm
you are.
slightly close to you.
So close, indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Catarina. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then. I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead? Oh, thank you, sweet champion. I shall take my vows. I, Irina of Catarina, solemnly swear to serve you.
And apparently she knows where to go. As does everyone. Yet they're stuck in cells. So, okay.
You've gone and rescued her, have you?
Yeah, maybe.
How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Eygon, a knight of Catarina.
And a Ghostbuster.
I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Eygon is probably one of my absolute favorite characters in this. He just doesn't appear enough. And that's frustrating that he doesn't. But there's a couple of boss battles you can summon him for, which of course I'm going to show off. And it's just so cool. Like, I just like the fact that, hey, Eygon's with us, which is very neat.
What's the matter? My terms are very simple. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Okay, so there's Eygon's quest line. And the reason I did it in this order, because you can't come across the bridge and speak to him before doing anything else, is to avoid those fights over there. Yeah, push these very heavy old doors that Eygon could have more easily moved than me, but did not. Let's meet another NPC, shall we? Also, I didn't notice this the first playthrough, but the weapon he's wielding. It's important to kind of keep an eye on that weapon and notice what it is. Can't do that when I put a column in your way, though. Kind of hard to see and then.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegward of Catarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower.
Nope, never happened to me.
Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... well, that doesn't get me anywhere.
Now, talk to me again.
This lift only goes down. But you know, with a little warming up, eventually... No. I've got to use my head and think.
Okay, that's the exhausted dialogue.
This lift, with a little...
See, after that he doesn't say anything. First things first, we are going to ride this lift down. Now, if you have trouble with the this Outrider Knight down here, you do have the option of bypassing him, which I think is pretty neat. You can come in here. You can just run. Well, you can get hit too. That happens. But especially on your first playthrough, you iframe through the door opening, so you don't have to worry about getting killed while you're doing that. Then you can just come out here. He can't. See? Oh, look at you. Oh, what you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Oh, look at you. You can't even get outside. I can't hit you, apparently. Oh, I thought you were dead. Don't stop swinging until it stops moving. General rule right there. Okay. Fire is important because this technically marks the advance in the storyline because you're going from the Undead Settlement to the Road of Sacrifices, which we're not quite done in the Undead Settlement yet. Now, once in Firelink, it hasn't spawned in yet. Okay. Generally, that's the spawning point for Greirat. You're going to bring Greirat back after that, but we'll travel on back to the Road of Sacrifices. Here, we're going to take the lift up. We're going to talk to our giant friend. It may need to load twice, I don't recall. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take care of this part of the storyline, then we'll jump back in, and that should pull Greirat back out of his plundering and his pillaging. Alright, let's go ahead and head back into here, take our lift up. Grab this here ember. Head over to our lift here, and up it goes. Now once you're here, you're going to walk over it, send it on down. You know, Siegward is no longer here. And now we're going to go up here. There was this familiar voice, wasn't it? Alright, so now this way. As long as you have a white tree branch with you, which you'll get from that white birch tree down there, of course.
I help any time.
You can offer to make peace with him if you haven't already. Something that, you know, could be overlooked pretty easily if you don't know what you're doing. An NPC that just has a little bit of an effect on you know, what you're doing. Now, on the way down here, you're going to notice there's a ledge right there. And look what we got here.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
It's like Siegfried.
On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road.
And one more.
I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
Grab this item right here. With a life ring +1 apparently. Excellent. No idea that was there. A new game plus item. Which is really neat. So now, I'm going to jump on down here. You notice he's just going to kind of sit there and watch you like, what's that guy doing? Before we get involved in this fight. Just for good measure. Is he going to move yet? Yep.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Catarina, fight by your side. Ah!
I love that battle cry of his. I'm gonna come get him. I'm gonna go give me a Dina. Why are you
That
panting?
was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head.
It's only like twice.
We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. Long may the sun shine.
I just skipped something there, sorry. It's just where he goes to your duty and to my sword or something, or your sword and my honor and duty or whatnot. We'll raise our classes. It'll give you the toast gesture if you don't have it.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
If you talk to him again. It will give you the sleep gesture if you don't already have it, if you continue to talk to him there. Now, this area initially has no enemies in it. And you can just run around grabbing items. What is this? Large club. I don't remember some of these items, so I'm kind of hoping like, oh man, there's gonna be a ring in here I don't have, but I don't know. Maybe not. So this path right here, I don't know what this is for. It doesn't seem to house anything. And then there's a couple of important items here that we're gonna grab. The most important items for this area. So, one of which is here, which is your northern. I don't know why I said that was important. It's just a set. The other one is actually this one right here, which is the most important item for this area. Pale tongue. If you don't already have a pale tongue, then it's important that you acquire one. There is an item back here. I don't think it was important. All these hanging cages here. All these bodies just shoved in there. Now let's see. I think it is this room. Yes. I don't believe I can. No. I do believe those two, yeah, do come down. Grab that. More alluring skulls. Nothing there. Yeah, you're gonna get up. Ah. Doggies. Evil bone doggies. I was gonna get both of them in one swing. I was gonna be all happy about that one. I feel all proud. This room is full of these jerks. So once you open this chest, they're all gonna come down. So, grab the item, jump away. There we are. Hello. Fading soul. Oh, I can kill you. Okay. And I can pick up your item. What you got? Fading soul. What did I do that for? Alrighty, let's move on over to these guys. Or gals, I should say. And... oh, I missed. Ow. What a painful miss. Oh, yeah, don't stop that. Stop it. Whee. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down here now. Heal up. There we are. Oh, you're not dead yet. What the heck? You're still not dead. I kicked you. Why did I kick you? Again, never professed I was good at the game. Just trying to help. Alright. I don't believe there's anything else here. Not seeing anything? Okay. Again, just looking for those new game plus items because I feel pretty cool and happy that I found that that one from over by Siegfried there. Oh, is there anything out here on this one? Negative. Okay. Up we go. There's nothing else in this area that's going to be relevant to the NPCs, the summons, the covenants, etc. So, if you'd like to skip through this, if you already know what's going on here, then feel free to go ahead and hop on into the later part of the video. So, hop on down here. Hop on over to here. We're on the outside of this here. Grab you. Heal up. And then drop. Roll into this. Grab the awesome Chloranthy ring. And this really cool set of armor. Very neat set of armor right there. I don't think there was anything out here, but I could easily be mistaken. Side negative. Okay. So there's that. Alright, now we're going to coil sword fragment back to the shrine. Alright, now that we are back here, we have a few things to do here, which is going to be some talking. Okay, Greirat's probably not going to show up until we get to the next bonfire then. So that is not a problem. Now we're going to speak to Irina.
Oh, Champion of Ash. Welcome back. I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command.
Now, she's your miracle teacher, so if you're doing a faith-based character, this is the character that you're going to want to talk to get your miracles and all from. And, of course, she starts off with your pretty basic heal, replenishment, crushing tears, and homeward. I like crushing tears myself, and it's a pretty cool one because you're able to get rid of all the ailments on you, which is just neat. And of course, we're going to talk.
You know, in my home of Karim, I was a nun. I would be pleased to share the tales of miracles with you. Although, to be honest, I only know a few. But if I had a divine tome, I could tell you many tales and more. Oh, only I cannot see. Terribly sorry, but you'll have to find me a divine tome in Braille. You know, in my home, I would be, but if I had, terribly.
So,
have a pleasant journey, Champion of Ash. I pray for your safety.
You know, in order to learn more, it's going to be the same things for pyromancy, and of course, later the same thing with sorceries. You're going to find the scrolls, the tomes, etc., in order to give them to them, in order for you to learn more things. So, we're going to talk to her again, and we're going to purchase all of her miracles, because you're going to want to get everything out of her inventory
Champion
at
of
some
Ash,
point.
do you wish to hear a tale? You only have to ask.
It doesn't matter when you do this, up until very late into the game, or at least much further into the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and knock this out.
Have a pleasant journey. I pray for your safety.
Okay. Now, Irina is an interesting one as well. When you complete her questline, there's actually two ways to do it, and I don't believe either one has a particular effect. Meaning, if you choose to get her good ending, or you choose to get her bad ending, it doesn't seem like it positively or negatively affects anything else. Here we are. It seems the next bonfire did it. You'll notice Yoel is face down, well, face sideways? Yeah. He's not alive anymore. Say face down in the dirt, but he's more like face sideways in the water. So, we have a new friend who's wearing very cool armor. And a very neat weapon.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yoel's master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yoel's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
And you get the dignified bow, which is very cool.
Another matter. Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
So now she offers you some pretty cool items. You can get poison throwing knives from her, which I like to mess with these just in PvP a little bit, because we're like, oh god, poison. But for only 50 souls, you can get the Londor Braille Divine Tome, which is pretty awesome. However, when you begin to get the tomes, in order to give them to Irina, I strongly suggest not giving her any of them until you have all 4, as there are only 4. 2 are dark and 2 are light. So it's kind of like Star Wars. And you can choose which ones you want to give to her. And which ones you give to her do affect her particular storyline. So if you want the good one, you give her the 2 good ones. You want the bad one, you give her the 2 bad ones. And if you're worried about the dark miracles and things, in case you're wanting to learn all of them, you can give those 2 dark ones to someone else later. So you're not really limiting yourself on what you can purchase. Excuse me. So go ahead and pick that up. And then it's up to you if you want to learn anything else, as these are just items you can purchase now from her as opposed to getting them later. She also gives you the Dark Hand, which is the Wraith ability, where you can attack people and draw out their essence, so to speak, at that life drain. It's more of a PvP deal there. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And then she sells 2 of the coolest rings. As long as you have this on, even though you're hollow and you look like beef jerky, it'll make you look normal. But more importantly, if you go into PvP and you're summoned in as a phantom, you can put this on. It'll make you look like the Host of Embers, and it will even call you the Host of Embers, which is very neat because I kind of always want to get a couple people together, name our characters all the exact same thing, wear the exact same clothing, and all of us wear this and just sort of mess with people. But just one of those deals that you could do just for the sake of being able to do it. And the Untrue White Ring, you'll always look like a phantom, no matter if you're playing by yourself. If you're wearing the Warrior of Sunlight, you're very brilliant. This will make you just look like a normal white phantom. Or more importantly, if you're invading someone, you can throw this on and you can run around look like a normal phantom. So, also very cool. This is the Purging Stone in case you want to, for whatever reason, completely destroy this storyline. No idea why you would do that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm pretty sure if you remove all of your hollowing, Yuria will just leave and just decide that she doesn't want to be there anymore. So that's unfortunate. If you're not wanting her storyline, and if you're going to kill her, if you're doing this just long enough to kill her, what you'll get is you'll kill her, you'll get her ashes, which you can then take to the Handmaiden, which will then sell you her armor. It'll also allow you to pick up her weapon, and then you can buy the Purging Stone, so if you get cursed, you can get rid of it, and things like that. And then, of course, all of her inventory will be sold from the Shrine Handmaiden as well. So if that's what you're wanting to do, then go for it. Otherwise, we're going to just talk.
That a lord art thou not, bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine. Till we meet again. May the dark sigil guide thee.
Now, it's interesting that she says, may the dark sigil guide thee. The other's just saying the flame. Very interesting thing as well. So, we'll be getting Greirat back in the next episode. Sorry, I know I did say this one, but he's a little finicky at times. Sometimes he comes back right when he's supposed to, which would be the Road of Sacrifices, Bonfire, and sometimes he comes in just whenever he feels like it. So, yeah. Greirat's storyline, you will send him out twice more the last time is if you want to. And the next one, though, his return is dependent on the storyline that you're progressing and whether or not you are doing Siegfried's or Patch's questline. So that's something to bear in mind as well. And, whether or not you so choose to do it that way. We're not going to kill the Great Wood just yet, as there is one more thing that hinges on our doing that before we kill the Great Wood. So in the next episode, we're going to pick up a couple more people. We're going to set up the Great Wood fight, and then we will begin talking to more NPCs around here. We're going to give Irina a tome, and we are going to kill an invader, at least one. So, that being said, thanks guys for checking this out, and I completely forgot the whole reason you want to pick up that Pale Tongue. Why this is important is because it respawns Leonhard.
Well, hasn't it been some time? I'm Leonhard, the Ringfinger. Remember me? I slipped you those red eyes some time ago. You're making quite an effort of it, so I thought you might like to know. If you yearn for a proper red-eye orb, one that is uncracked, then kill the Dark Wraith, survivor of the land swallowed by darkness. He has been a prisoner for many ages in the deepest cell in all Lothric. I can see it in your eyes. If you didn't invade, didn't pillage, whatever would you do?
So, we're going to go ahead and take out this Dark Wraith real quick in this episode as well. And then we'll proceed on to the next episode. The Pale Tongue causes him to come back because he sees that you did something. Generally, Pale Tongues are from the PvP aspect of it, and so in turn, what am I doing? He thinks that you went and killed somebody, or the game at least triggers, because it's that you invaded someone, killed them, got the Pale Tongue, and then he would say, "Oh, you got it, so here you go." But by picking the item up from the corpse that was hanging up, it's the same effect. You have it in your inventory, therefore Leonhard does spawn in, which allows you to progress to the next part. Now this part of it is the last part of Leonhard's quest line that you can do if you choose to do Cirrus's. So I just will point that out, that if you want to get Cirrus's for the ring, then that is the stopping point, basically. Oh, come on, I should have hit you. Now I'm down here. Get you. There you are. Yes, sneaky one. Alright. And then down here. For the guy with the... Oh, hi. Ooh. Poke. Swingy. And down you go. Gonna throw that firebomb at me? Yeah, you're gonna throw that... No, you're not gonna throw that firebomb at me yet. Get away. Ow. I'm just trying to get to where I didn't get exploded by... what is he doing? He's attacking that wall. Alright. Back in here. Back up here. Going toward Greirat again. Got that instinct to go toward him. Use the lift chamber key. Here's the lift. Doesn't look like anything else is in this room. Okay, I do have time to actually... Well... That was a waste. Alright. I'm so good at games. Let's, do that. That. And then we're gonna do that. Here we go. There we go. Place down. And, of course, if you don't already have it, I do believe you drop, and you may already have it as well. If you do, don't worry, that's not going to change anything in the storyline or the quest line. You just have to kill him in order, I believe, for the second time for it to count. You may not have to kill him if you're doing this the second time and you already have the orb. I'm not entirely sure there, but just to be safe, I'm going to smack him down. And rather than walking all the way back, I'm just going to shrine myself off this coiled sword fragment. Okay, so we've effectively gone through the Undead Settlement. We have taken care of Yoel. We've got Yuria here. Let's speak.
Ooh, yet to give in, eh? Good. The firekeeper must be twitching with delight. But what do you really know about these Lords of Cinder? These supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one. A ripe and proper cleric, only he developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance? At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the Undead Settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it.
Now, of course, he is speaking of the Road of Sacrifices, the area that will allow you to access what will eventually split off into the cathedral.
At the foot of it was if.
So if you kill a Great Wood, it'll spawn that as well. If you get to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire, I believe it spawns that dialogue as well. So those two things, I think, are the triggers for that dialogue. I'm just going to check and see if Greirat spawns back in yet. Nope. Okay. Be the next bonfire then. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this episode. We've moved on with our storylines here and our quest lines. Again, pretty basic so far. Not a lot of stuff is getting extravagant yet, but in the next one we will meet even more NPCs. Greirat should return in the next one. And then nothing can really go wrong with Greirat, by the way. Things can go wrong in the second one if you send him out and you don't do the quest lines in the right order. And then in the third one, of course, Greirat will not return. So it is up to you whether or not you send him out. Whether or not you send him out doesn't seem to affect the end of his storyline. If you keep him, you get to buy his stuff. If you send him out, you have to find his ashes. So I just kept him. It doesn't seem to affect anything at all. There's no rings associated with it that you need to get. There's no nothing else. So there just doesn't seem to be anything that good or bad there. So that being said, we're gonna advance in, and also there haven't been many summons yet, so there's not a lot really to show off there. That's gonna change once we get into the area following the Road of Sacrifices, going toward Farron Keep, as well as going toward the Crucifixion Woods and into the Cathedral of the Deep. That's when we'll begin to see the summons come into play, who all you can get, when you can get them, how you can get them, and then the complex order in which all the things start mattering once the roads begin to branch out. Because right now it's very linear, so there's not very much you can screw up. And once it goes into the point where, do I go to Farron Keep? Do I go through the Crucifixion Woods and get into the Cathedral? Do I kill the Abyss Watchers? Finding out which way you want to do that and how you want to set it up does have an effect on these NPCs and what order you can do things in. So, that being said, next episode we will be getting to that fork in the road and figure stuff out. Thanks for checking it out, guys. If you like it, please hit the like button. If it helps you, that like is going to help me. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I hope it's helping you. And I will see you in the next episode.